So why Bitcoin specifically? Why couldn't it be some other crypto coin that eventually wins?
Yeah. Yeah. When I first got into crypto, it was crypto. I was looking for the next Bitcoin because I just
Mhm.
assumed that Bitcoin was going to fail or something newer, faster, shinier would come along and replace it.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, part of my learning and coming around to Bitcoin was understanding Bitcoin's fixed supply and how it achieves that
Mhm.
fixed supply of 21 million. And when you realize that that can't happen again, then then you realize no, there is no Bitcoin 2.0. Like nothing is going to replace it. And there might be these other cryptos that um, dance around and clamor for some kind of use case, but nobody's competing against Bitcoin for sound money. And
Mhm.
as we know, the opportunity for Bitcoin is essentially this global store of value,
Mhm.
the value of these assets worldwide, which is I'm gonna forget the exact number. It's like 200 trillion. Yeah,
What's 200 trillion?
the market for global store of value assets,
It's about 500 trillion.
500 trillion.
Yeah. So
Right.
there's about 1,000 trillion of overall money in the
Overall wealth.
world,
Yeah.
wealth in the world, and about half of that is store of value. So what you're saying, if I understand correctly, is Bitcoin is going after a total addressable market of 500 trillion. Is that what you
Yes.
mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Mahler said it well on CNBC.
Mhm.
Um, maybe like the best case for one of these altcoins is that it becomes like the size of Amazon,
Mhm.
and that would be a hugely successful for
Right.
for these companies. Um, whereas Bitcoin is going after a market much larger.
Right. Yeah. So Bitcoin's going after store of value, which is a $500 trillion market, versus all the other coins, Ethereum, etc., are going after almost like a company.
Who
Uh,
knows what they're going after? Yeah.
they're going after something else, but no one is competing for store of value, right?
Mhm.
Is there any other crypto coin that's competing for store of value?
No, and
Not a
again,
single
like
one.
part of coming around to understanding Bitcoin is understanding why they're not. And there's, again, for me, it was a blog post called Bitcoin Not Blockchain by Parker Lewis, where
Mhm.
he explains exactly how Bitcoin's self-reinforcing feedback loop works,
Mhm.
where as the price increases, it attracts more miners, the network becomes more secure, and then it becomes the only network that is offering final settlement for any amount of money, for moving any amount of money in the world,
Right.
which in turn attracts more users, the price goes up, and it just keeps going. At the same time, you have an enormous amount of liquidity there.
Mhm.
um, and so if you imagine someone with $1 billion, and this could be Saylor, this was Saylor's journey, and he's
Mhm.
determining, okay, where should I store my wealth? Am I going to put it in Bitcoin, the biggest, strongest, most reliable, most secure? And he's not looking to 10x or his money, or like he's not looking to gamble. He's just looking to preserve his wealth.
Mhm.
And so is he going to put $1 billion in Bitcoin or $1 billion in you know Dogecoin or
Mhm.
whatever the hell it is? Obviously, he's not going to risk it on some meme coin.
Right.
Um, and so Bitcoin just becomes this black hole for capital, and for anyone looking for a store of value. And it, yeah, that's why we say no one stops this train. Like, it's just going to keep going.
Nothing stops this train. Lynn
Yeah,
Alden.
that's right.